In the connected world of today, it is easy to share too much and put ourselves out there with other people in person and through the always present world of social media. While being open and vulnerable can be very helpful for making important building bonds and encouraging empathy, the Stoicism, an old way of thinking, of how important it is to keep certain things about our lives, I'll talk about in this video. Be talking about some personal issues and things that should be kept secret, things that are private and don't help anyone. Reason for being shared, private holds important in your life, both strategically and for working on inner. Let those who follow us be at peace, or philosophical ideas. You can be sure. This video will show you how to become Stoicism in the world today. Stoicism, with it has roots in Greece and Rome, gives timeless advice on how to find the thin line between being vulnerable and discretion. In this paper, we'll look at, here are 7 things that Stoicism tells us. Not to let other people see, shedding light on how the concept will always be important in the world today. Before we start, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Turn on the warning bells so you don't miss any material that will empower you. Always be the best version of make yourself number 1 in the fights you. Number 1, other people don't need to know about the fights you've had in the past. Fought before, so there's no need to hold on the journey of life. There are fights we have to go through, endure, and problems we solve that possibly stay hidden in the depths, in the bottom of our hearts. These home fights, the fights you've had in the past, don't have to fully understand by others. You don't have to explain yourself to people who have messed up their own difficult ways while trying to explain the full range of your problems. May show up by accident, arrogant, as if looking for approval. Thanks for your feels. The essence of one's character is deeply shaped by the problems and struggles they face, though it has been weathered. It is not incumbent on you to make these difficult times common know-how or lean on your struggles as a reason or a story. Those difficult times have in which your life was put to the test. Invented information that helps your characters mature, wise, and unwavering persistence. Even though your past has changed you, you don't need other people to clearly picture the pain you've went through. What they really need to see is your growth and change in the end. It is admirable for someone to abstain from focusing too much on their past and instead live in the present moment fully. Right now it's through deeds, not words. That person really shows their strengths. And it's not about bragging about your adventures, not about one's past, but rather about making their skills known in deed that shows how strong they are inside and their determination to do so. They go beyond a simple triumph story and become a living example of the strength of the human spirit that lasts. Think about a man named David who has had to face many problems in his life. He is someone who has lost a loved one, jobless, and a lot of problems in raising his children by himself. Because of these trials, he went through big changes in his life and wrote about David's growth instead of sharing with others the trials he has been through. David picked to live in the present moment in a good way. He learned how to seize every chance you get and make a caring place for his kids to live. David didn't dwell on telling his own story, challenges instead. He showed kindness, patience, and strength he was helping people in his neighborhood this means everyone in David's community noticed a change for the better in his life and the good things he did for them. Instead of talking at length about in the past, David showed through because of what he did. He had to fight and became a strong and useful member of number 2. The details of your number 2. You should not tell other people the specifics of your plans. You should leave goals alone, not shared. It's usually smarter not to share all the little details of your hopes and dreams. While most people maybe know the general direction you're going in, Think about what would happen if revealing exact facts that show, at every turn of your journey, it's like giving anyone full access to that way you can use your personal phone essentially. Give up power over if something doesn't go as planned, you might end up where you planned, having doubts about whether it was yours, mistake, or if someone lied to you, trust where the attack came from. Should one OCC turns into a puzzle because there are a lot of things that could hurt you, that it's no longer possible to tell who could be responsible, even if they mean well. Friend who wants to know about your plans, or someone with bad intentions. Keeping the important information is of the highest importance. Importance, in fact, pointing out the general way you're going. The title is usually enough, for you needn't feel like they have to tell them any specifics about your trip to anyone, since no one else can really trust you as much as you trust them. Can be your path is yours alone, and you don't owe anyone anything. A full description of your aims. It's more than enough for just you to have a deep understanding of your own journey. Let's say you're an artist, working on a one-of-a-kind and valuable piece of art that everyone knows. You are making a model but haven't given any information about it. You only say the art will be a beautiful piece of art and that it will be unique. One day you choose to give more information about your work of art to a close friend because you believe them, because you tell them everything about its size, shape, and being important. But after a while, you understand that detailed information about other people have seen your work. Learn everything you can about your art, and it's being copied by some people, tricked to take your work. In this case, giving away too many information about your work has caused you to lose control and putting the work at risk of being ripped off or copied. If you just let other people know that you are making a unique model, without revealing specific data, that you can keep safe your work of art and keep it surprising and special. Third, put your happiness first. Number 3, you're happy because you think that happiness and a sense of lightness are hard to come by. Being sure that happiness and a sense of being light are. These feelings have become very rare, desired, and when you really shine, happiness can have a big effect on people. Different people may respond in different ways, some with respect and some with some doubts about your real smile could be a cause of wonder, while other people may doubt your truthfulness, not able to believe that someone can really find inner peace in such an environment that you should be proud of. Show how happy you are when someone interested in your health. There's no need to hide how happy you are. Instead of just saying that if you're doing well, you can confidently that you really are doing well. It's a small change, but it gives the impression of sure of themselves and focus on the good things instead of dwelling on how your whole life is going. According to Swimmingly, it's fine to say that things are going well in a world that is often overwhelmed by sadness, and unhappy people who give off happiness can be seen as a risky endeavor at times. People who are angry and unhappy may attempt to disturb the peace of those who have found inner peace, but are still being happy, and sharing it with others is a brave act that can motivate others to look for their own sources of happiness, and happiness in a world full of sadness. Often, your real happiness wins out. Could be a sign of hope and a warning that you can find inner peace even in. These are tough times, so don't wait to be happy and let it shine. Of ideas for the people around you. Think about a Christian guy named John. Living in a tough and stressful, John has thought that his faith in God to be a source of comfort and safety he always looks happy in his life and happy with his daily life, and John's a smile always shows. Problematic times when you ask about John's case, he will never say that everything works out fine. Instead, he will say that everything is fine with It's not a lie to smile, but to show his appreciation for his faith and his power to get through anything tough times. But not everyone in this fits right into John's life. Some people might not believe it and find it hard to think that someone can really be happy. Even though things are hard, they may see JN as too positive and question his. Still, what's important is truthfulness, is that something John doesn't care about. This worry and keeps spreading his John is not just a happy and hopeful someone who believes in God, and also shows his faith by being happy. Joy and hope he doesn't try to make his life perfect, but instead wows others with his thanks and good mood spirit. But he also has to deal with the doubt and unhappiness of those. This may have to happen around him when you decided to live a good life in a world is still full of problems. John makes the choice to be honest and not let others' bad moods bother him. Spirit number 4. How important number 4. How important it is to keep your information safe. Taking care of safety when it comes to making sure your love life is healthy and strong friendship. There's an important rule that the importance is often not seen of keeping your relationship safe, private, and abstaining from unnecessary talks about disagreements and close information on the public website of the internet. It's a habit that can a big part in the how strong and long-lasting your bond is. When disagreements or problems happen in a relationship, the urge to lash out or ask your friends for help. And good friends can be strong, but it's important to stop and think about what this move means for you. Sharing your private information about ties with some people, especially on the internet, accidentally make the foundation less strong. You want to imagine you stronger and your partner are having a hard time in how you feel about them is a big deal, something you both need to deal with, and it's making people tense and uneasy in what's on your mind. Instead of sitting down and talking about this problem straight, you decide to share with each other everything with a close friend. You trust the need for help and advice from and getting an outside view to solve this. Something you tell your friend what's going on with your feelings and we hope to get a better point of view, but sadly things go in a strange direction. When you share the story, your friend starts to tell their own thoughts and notes, start to think about why you're here. Relationship, give you ideas on how you should deal with the problem, and even say worries about your partner over time. Things start to talk about your friend's thoughts and views, and I think the main problem has been put aside instead of focused on how to talk about the specifics of the case and get along better with the chat, turns into a talk about outside ideas and points of view. Good conversation and closeness are the most important parts of a good and doing well bond, no matter what they are, most highly useful when grown in the bond itself, instead of outside of it. A lot of people find themselves dealing with disagreements in their marriage, and in their search for peace, they turn to friends, family, or even people you meet online. By doing so, they unintentionally hurt the group, turn their personal issues into taking into account. This general gossip, it becomes clear that the health of your relationships depend on to keep a careful mix between to be intimate and private. You have to be able to fix problems and handle conflicts without giving away every little detail of how you relate to the outside world in general. The strength of in the sacred space. A bond is strengthened. You and your partner make things together. It's a spot where being open and honest, it's best to communicate when you can deal with disagreements openly, and where avoiding does a lot for closeness. Revealing every part of your relationships with other people, you keep the sacredness of this place and make sure that it still gives them strength, and you and your partner will get help. So remember this when you're asking for help. Support is important, and it is important to keep your information safe and closeness that makes your relationship work. Thank you. Special number 5. Your money. Number 5. Your money situation. Situation. It's first important too. Don't forget that nobody in your social circle works for the IRS or a bank. Worker. So there's no need to share private information about money. Secondly, giving out information about your finances. This is true, whether you are being financially stable or in debt, can to not welcome what will happen. If you are in a position of having plenty of money, putting this information out there may attract people who have hidden agendas, who think of you as a possible source of if you need cash help. On the other hand, your money is tight and you're not hiding it. Let's face it, many people may see you with a lack of respect because social norms often equate having both material success and self-worth. That's just how the world works, and being careful is important. So, the best way to go about it is to keep things mysterious about your cash situation. Let people can guess as much as they want, while you keep your cash situation a secret. Status, by doing that, you'll make sure that those close to you that you're not too worried about your money situation showing signs of desperation or financial tough times can put your chances and make people do things. They stay away from you, whether it's at a job interview, a drink, getting together or spending time with friends. Showing desperation will only make problems that despair not only causes setting, but it also makes you look a load on other people. Remember, beating yourself up won't help you reach your goals. In fact, it's likely to turn away the very help you might need the most. So if you ever find yourself thinking about showing that you don't have control over your money to others, it's usually smarter to keep and stop people from trying to do that. In short, acting with ease and confidence is important and carries a lot of weight in what other people think of. You keep in mind that the world has many worth of things like looks, even if you're unsure or having money problems. Being sure of yourself is the key to getting people to believe that you're in charge and able to deal with any situation. Your 6th way, personal ties. The 6th thing is personal ties and secrets, and trusts Stoicism as a way of life puts a lot of EMP focus on the reason to keep trust and loyalty inside of personal relationships. From a Stoic point of view, letting the secrets out and the weaknesses of others can have eventually leading to bad outcomes, leading to a loss of trust and the getting weaker. The very things it's built on, the Stoics, on which our partnerships are built strongly. Support the ideas of when treated with discretion and honesty with the secret information and the weaknesses of others, they be aware that the way we deal with trusts doesn't just talk about our own character, but it also shows what we believe in. Honor and the ideals we hold dear support from a Stoic point of view. We have to be careful in what we do. And respect when it comes to keeping things secret, knowing that the fact that people believe us shows to our goodness and our promise to the health and happiness of those around us by using their own judgment and keeping people safe. The trust of other people, we not only show how strong our morals are, but also help to the growth of strong and long-lasting ties were formed. For the sake of trust, and when it comes to loyalty, this Stoic concept is to remember that what we did in having other people's trust is a direct picture of our own personalities and being decent in the eyes of both we and the wider world. Let's say you have a close friend who tells you the truth about the problems and fears in their lives. They've talked about their personal lives. Keep my deepest thoughts and secrets with you in trust without any doubt. What matters is that you said you would keep this promise. Keep information secret and promise to being with them at any situation, but later you get a call from a different friend, would like you to share the information. You know where you are with them. A situation that is socially difficult because you have promised to keep the first friend. Secret in this case, if you follow Stoic ideals, you would refuse to give the information to the second friend who kept the trust and sure that it was the first friend. The following is an example of showing being smart and moral when faced with what other people expect of you and making sure the trust that has been given to you by your first friendship. Number 7. Be moral, and number 7. Stick to your morals and values. When it comes to personal beliefs, Stoicism is a guiding light. Focusing on the constant morals are very important to us. Morals and honesty. Regardless of the outside factors or norms and standards that may try to take us away from our true values, in a world where following the rules and of outside acceptance often tempt people to give up their deeply held beliefs. Stoicism, a set of ideas, is a theory that always tells us to remain true to our promise to virtue and moral behavior in the face of social forces that are always there. Stoicism tells us to be strong and calm, and stubbornly refusing to give in our most important beliefs or values just to follow the established norms or to please the people view. It makes us remember that our moral compass should stay steady while serving as our unflinching guide through the tricky waters of life's problems, and stick to this silent way of life. Knowledge. We don't just keep our morals purity, but also set a good example for others by showing the strength of character that can come from a strong commitment to live in line with our highest, basically, ideals and principles. Stoicism is a way of thinking that calls on us to grow an inner strength that transcends the transient fluctuations of external factors and societal pressures. It teaches us that our values and moral fiber should stay unaltered, regardless of the storms of public opinion or the allure of conformity. In the profound words of the Stoic philosophers, we find the timeless reminder that in the pursuit of wisdom and virtue, we must hold fast to our principles and resist the ever-present currents that threaten to pull us away from the path of righteousness. Through the enduring philosophy of Stoicism, we discover the means to preserve our moral compass, and in doing so, to lead lives of true integrity and authenticity. Imagine a person named Alex, a Christian, living in a society where greed and fierce competition have become widespread behaviors. Alex has always lived a life based on respect, tolerance, and love for others, values that the Bible has taught and upheld. However, in the current social environment, the pressure to succeed at all costs and accumulate material wealth often confronts Alex. One day, Alex is faced with a business opportunity that, if he participates, could bring substantial profits in a short period. However, to engage in this opportunity, he must partake in an unethical and non-transparent transaction, go against his principles and harm others. In this situation, moralism guides Alex instead of compromising his ethics and values for short-term personal gain. Alex decides to uphold his commitment to ethics and tolerance. He declines that business opportunity and continues to live by the values and principles he believes in. Despite potential pressures and challenges in maintaining his moral integrity, Alex demonstrates his strength in adhering to his principles through this action. He not only preserves his moral character, but also inspires those around him about the importance and power of living according to the higher values he pursues. While the 7 aspects mentioned above form the core of what Stoicism advises us not to expose to others, there are additional facets of Stoic wisdom that can provide further guidance in navigating the complexities of life and relationships. Firstly, negative judgments and gossip. Stoicism encourages us to refrain from making negative judgments about others and engaging in gossip. Passing judgment and engaging in gossip can be detrimental to our own character and harm our relationships. The Stoics believe that when we criticize or gossip about others, we are not only exposing our own flaws in character, but also contributing to a negative and toxic atmosphere. By abstaining from negative judgments and gossip, we maintain our moral integrity and foster healthier interactions with others. Secondly, Fear of death and mortality. Stoicism addresses the fear of death and our mortality. While it is natural to contemplate our mortality, constant preoccupation with death can lead to anxiety and a sense of despair. Stoicism teaches us to accept the inevitability of death as a part of the human condition. By acknowledging our mortality and not constantly dwelling on it, we can live more fully in the present, focusing on the things we can control and the virtues we can cultivate. Thirdly, past regrets and resentments. Another aspect of Stoic wisdom is the importance of not dwelling on past regrets and resentments. Holding on to grudges or endlessly ruminating on past mistakes can weigh us down, emotionally and mentally. Stoics advocate for acknowledging our past actions and learning from them, but not allowing them to define our present or future. By practicing forgiveness and letting go of resentments, we free ourselves from the emotional burdens of the past. Finally, personal achievements and successes. While it may seem counterintuitive, Stoicism advises us not to boast about our personal achievements and successes. The philosophy values humility and modesty, teaching us that genuine success lies in living virtuously and not in seeking external validation or recognition. By avoiding excessive self-promotion, we maintain our humility and focus on the path of virtue. We maintain our humility and focus on the pursuit of excellence for its intrinsic value in peace and contentment. Stoicism places a high premium on inner peace and contentment in a world filled with external distractions and desires. In the end, Stoicism reminds us that true happiness is found within ourselves. By not exposing our inner peace and contentment to external circumstances or seeking them through material possessions, we become more resilient and self-reliant in our pursuit of a well-lived life. Stoicism offers a comprehensive framework for living a life of wisdom, virtue, and tranquility. While it advises us not to expose certain aspects of our lives to others, it also emphasizes the importance of cultivating qualities such as discretion, humility, and resilience. By following these Stoic principles, we can navigate the complexities of our modern world with grace and integrity, fostering meaningful relationships and finding fulfillment in our pursuit of a life well lived. In an age where oversharing and external validation often dominate our interactions, Stoicism serves as a timeless reminder that true happiness and virtue begin within ourselves. Thank you for watching this video. We look forward to hearing from you of the 7 things you shouldn't reveal to others. Which one impresses you the most? Please share in the comments section below. If you found this video useful, please like and share it with people you think could benefit from it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We hope you will continue to follow us and learn and grow together.